Hi, my name is Mia Danae. Welcome if you're new here. If you're not, it is so nice to see you again. So we hit 100 subscribers. That is insane. Thank you guys so much from the bottom of my heart. Literally love every single one of you. Kiss. I'll give 100 kisses, okay? We're gonna speed it up, okay? I don't know. That was somewhere in the 30s and I lost count. I lost count of the kisses. I'm sending a kiss to every one of you. Okay, I can't do 100 kisses. Thank you so much. That's why my makeup is like this, because we're celebrating 100. So, thank you. Also, my makeup is like this because I got a little bored while I was doing my makeup, and sometimes when I get a little bored while I'm doing my makeup, I get a little out of hand. If I'm in a rush, makeup is done efficiently and simple. My eyelash is itching me, like it's like poking me in the eye. So if you see me like fixing it 1,000 times throughout the video, that is why. Should I be filming this right now? Maybe not, but here we are, we're clocking in. This is all I gotta do, just sit in front of a camera and talk. But you know what, that requires a lot of my personality, and then like when my personality is off, I don't want to bring that negative energy to you guys, like, because you guys are cool as hell. Like, I don't want to be bringing you negative vibes. I'm gonna be bringing you positive vibes. Do I ever do that? I don't know. I gotta be so honest with you, yesterday I crashed out. It was an all-day affair that happened. It was bad. It was really bad because, you know, I like mentioned briefly in the last video that someone stole from me and I was laughing about it. All of a sudden yesterday I decided I was really mad about it, like really mad about it, and so I went on like a rampage. Not a rampage. I make myself sound a lot worse than I am sometimes. I'm a little dramatic, okay? I should get that t-shirt from Mean Girls that says a little bit dramatic. But I am a little bit dramatic. It wasn't like, it was just like, it was contained within my home, the rampage that I went on. But it was a rampage nonetheless. It did not really speak to anyone all day, like outside of my home. And I cried and I got angry and I cried and I got angry until I fell asleep, finally. That was the day I had. Maybe I have too much time on my hands. I don't know. That's something to look into another day. I really wish I could sing. I wish I was a good singer. If I was a good singer, you B-words would not know what hit you. I'd be singing all the time. All the time. Like, I would be the most annoying person if I could sing good. I can't sing good and I sing all the time. I sing all the freaking time. If I could sing, oh my god, I'd just be belting songs like all day. I'd be exactly the same, but I'd be doing it better. I've actually really been considering taking like singing lessons, perhaps. I don't know, should I do that? I don't want to like be a singer. I just like want to be able to sing good. I want that to be like a special little secret talent of mine. Be able to sing really good and surprise everyone with it. I don't really have any like secret hidden talents, like, you know, like that's always like a question, like a get to know people question is like, what's your hidden talent? I don't have one. Actually, wait, I have one sort of talent. I've been told this before, that I'm really good at catching things when they're thrown at me off guard. But if like you tell me to catch something, I probably won't catch it. Like, so is that a talent? I don't know. Why am I good at that? I don't know. But I have been told that before. So, like if someone's like, yo, Mia, catch! And I'm like, I got it. Basically like, put me on the field. Just kidding. Cause like, if I knew it was coming at me, probably wouldn't catch it. You know how everyone talks about like kids who weren't allowed to watch SpongeBob and how they were so weird? You've probably heard people say that before, right? Yeah, I was a kid who decided not to watch SpongeBob. I didn't even know it was a thing that kids weren't allowed to watch SpongeBob. I made that decision on my own. I thought it was really stupid, and I know I'm gonna offend the whole world with that. I'm so sorry. I know it's everyone's favorite show ever for some reason. But as a kid, I thought it was really stupid. Like, I genuinely did not find humor in anything about it. I was a very literal person, like, as a kid. Like, I took things very literally. And I was like, he's a sponge in the water. What is funny about that? And I even tried to give it a chance because growing up, my best friend growing up, she loved SpongeBob. So I was like, you know what? I'll try it. I'll give it a try. I watched 2 whole episodes in their entirety. And I was like, yeah, this is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. I just wasted 40 minutes of my life watching that. And that's how I've always felt. And I still feel that way. And I'm sorry to the SpongeBob community, which apparently is the whole world. But never gotten the appeal. I was totally allowed to watch SpongeBob. I just decided not to. I also, too, everyone's always like, oh, were you a Nickelodeon kid or a Disney Channel kid? Girl, I watched both. Like, do we have to choose? I was more of a Disney kid, don't get me wrong. I loved Disney, and I watched it way more than Nickelodeon. But, like, a lot of shows on Nickelodeon, like, I watched Victorious and iCarly, Sam and Cat, Zoe 101, Haunted Hathaways, Nicky, Ricky, Dicky, and Dawn, Henry Danger. So many of them. There's definitely more. I was, like I said, again, I was more of a Disney kid, but I watched a lot of Nickelodeon. I watched a lot of TV as a kid. Wow. Oh, Every Which Way. Oh my god. Wait a second. Can we talk about Every Which Way? Or is this so niche? Is this too niche for you guys? Or is it just niche enough? Did any of you guys watch Every Which Way? Because I was obsessed with that show. That was actually the beginning. Oh my god. I've said to you guys before that the beginning of my fangirl days was Dance Moms. I forgot about Every Which Way. It started with Every Which Way. I was obsessed. It was a soap opera for children. They had me gagged. Every day there was a new episode, every weekday. In the summer, too. It started the summer I got my tonsils out. Girl, I was seated. For that show every night. Every night. And I had fan pages, and there was a love triangle in it, and I was team whoever the guy with the leather jacket was. I forget his name right now, but loved him. I had the biggest crush on him. God, I was obsessed with that show. 4 seasons of it. Every season was aired like a soap opera. Loved it to death. It was a child soap opera. It was amazing. Excellent. 10 out of 10 show. 5 stars. Oh my goodness, I would recommend it to everyone. I don't know if the quality holds up today. I don't know if the quality of the content holds up, but 11-year-old me was seated. She was entertained. She was all in on that freaking show. It was amazing. You know, the first time I ever actually binge watched a show, I was an OG binge watcher, actually. Like, before any of you I was binge watching. You know how I used to do it? Nickelodeon used to do this thing at night where they would air a few episodes of Full House every night. And so I started DVRing them every night. They would start from season 1, episode 1, and then all the way to the very end. And, like, they would do that on, like, a loop, like, I guess it was, like, a whole month, right? They would go through every season. I don't know, something like that. Maybe 2 months. I don't know. So every night I would record the 3 or 4 episodes that they aired, and I'd watch them, like, the next day or whatever. I binged watched the entirety of Full House without a streaming network. Like, I was ahead of the times. I was an innovator, you could say. I was like the man on the moon, like... It's like the first man on the moon, you know, like, you could say. And then I did the same thing with Boy Meets World, but I think that was on a different channel, I forget, but I remember it was also aired the same way. I did both of these things during the summer. Like, I would do this during the summer. I didn't even know it had a name. I didn't know it was called binge watching, because binge watching wasn't even a thing yet. That's how ahead I was. Like, you guys wouldn't have even understood back then. You waiting to watch things live? Girl, no. I know I didn't invent DVR. I know you guys had DVR, okay? But I was binge watching. I was binge watching before the word was even invented. I think it's fair to say that I invented binge watching. actually. You want to know another fun fact about me? I didn't watch my first horror movie until I was 14 years old. Which, I mean, maybe that's a normal age, but I feel like everyone else around me had already, like, been watching them, whatever. Anyway, I never watched one before, and, my best friend was, like, really into It, the movie It. That movie's so hard to talk about because you always have to specify that you're talking about the movie It, not just It. But she was really into the movie It. Obviously, you know, there was the crossover of, like, the actor from, like, Stranger Things, and I really liked I love Stranger Things. I had watched Stranger Things. Like, I'd watched, like, a lot of stuff. Like, I'd watched, like, The Walking Dead, and, like, you know, like, I'd watch stuff that was, like, scary, but never a horror movie, you know? Wait, there's a little bit of a backstory to this. Wait, I forgot, actually. Hold on. So, I had watched some stuff that was pretty scary, but most recently, right before this, I'd watched this show called Tagged. Okay, I don't know if any of you have watched Tagged. It was a show that, like, a YouTuber actually starred in it. Leah something. It's a good show, but it was about these girls that were stalked by these people in masks. And it was, to 14-year-old me, I was obsessed. I watched every episode, but I was terrified. It scared the crap out of me. To the point that every night I'd be, like, looking at my window like, someone's watching me. Someone's out there, for sure. Every night, I'd have to have my parents... At the age of 14 years old, I'd have my parents check all my windows to make sure no one was out there after I watched this show. Okay? Just finished watching this show, right? And then my best friend's like, let's watch It, right? Mind you, never watched a horror movie before. I basically had with Tagged. That was like a horror show. But I just never had watched a real horror movie. I'm like, alright, you know what? I survived watching Tagged. I got this. So we watch It, and it scared the crap out of me. And now, the fears, they mixed together. I can't do a thing with it, but they mixed. Now I was scared that there was a clown outside my window every night. So every night my parents had to check, make sure there wasn't a clown outside of my window for about 2 weeks. At 14 years old. A little bit embarrassing for me, but who cares? I'm done being embarrassed about things. I'm just kidding. I am so not. But I'm not going to be embarrassed about something from when I was 14. Right now I'm watching Santa Clarita Diet. Don't spoil it for me. I'm on season 2. Okay. I'm really enjoying that. I'm not that into, like, zombie stuff ever since The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead ruined zombies for me because I hate The Walking Dead. No, I know, that's controversial. It was because I loved The Walking Dead. They broke my heart into a million pieces, like, 5 times until I couldn't do it anymore. Maybe that's where I learned toxic patterns from. I kept going back, hoping maybe they could fix my broken heart, and every time they just shattered it more until I couldn't watch it anymore. That's why I hate The Walking Dead. Because first it was Glenn, then it was Carl, and then it was Rick. And I was like, I'm done. And before that, I mean, they'd killed, like, so many people off that I loved, but Glenn, Carl, and Rick really hurt my soul. And after Glenn, I was like, okay, well, you know, there's still all these people I like. I could keep going. And then they killed Carl, and I loved Carl. Because also, mind you, when I watched The Walking Dead, and around this time I was probably like 12 or 13 years old, so I had, like, a huge crush on Carl. When they killed Carl, they killed a piece of my soul with it. I was like, wow. And then I went back for more. You know, I hoped maybe they could do something to heal that broken piece inside of me. But then, you know what they did? They took away Rick. I know they didn't kill him. I know he came back and all that. But they took him away. And I was like, wow. Never watching this again. And I never have. That was, like, the first grown-up show I ever watched in my life, and it broke me to pieces. When I originally watched it, I watched up to, like, season 6, because that's what it was out at the time. So, like, I saw Glenn, you know, the whole thing with Glenn happen. And then, like, the next season started airing, and I forget at what point they did what they did to Carl, but then they did that. I, like, watched that live. I was like, wow. And I think I messaged, my mom always tells this story. I forget doing this, but after they killed Carl, apparently I DM'd the creator of The Walking Dead on Twitter, and I'm gonna have to bleep this, but just read my lips, and I told him to go himself. I must have been like 13, 14 maybe, I don't know. And then they killed off, or whatever they did to Rick. At that point, I was like detached, you know? You know, some people say like they'll have like an ex they have to keep going back to until they hate them. That was my relationship with The Walking Dead. I went back until I hated them, and now I hate them, and I've never went back again. So maybe that does work. I don't know. I don't have any exes, but maybe that's a solid plan because I've never went back to The Walking Dead. Like by the time they had done what they did to Rick, I was already like so detached. They'd in between too, they had killed off so many people I liked, and like it hurt so much, and then that was just the final like nail in the coffin, and I was like, okay, we're done here. We're done. Breaking up forever. We broke up months ago in my head, actually, but now we're for real done. Like, alright guys, thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for 100 subscribers. Literally, I don't even think I could express how much that means to me in words. I love you guys so much. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, like, and comment. If you watch this whole thing, again, I love you. I say I love you so much. But I love you, I love you, I love you. I do. Okay? Alright, I will see you guys next time. Bye! This eyelash is annoying me so bad. Why is it itching my eye so badly?